Attention, please.
It's the Daily Dose.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose with,
I'm Dr. Ken.
and I'm Dr. Ten, and we're here today to discuss, can men and women really be friends?
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, I'm going to jump right in. I say yes, they can be. Why? Because I'm friends with men who I have no remote attraction for whatsoever, and I think that's the key. If one of you, at least one of you,
Right.
has no attraction for the other, then yes, you can be friends.
What I find with, my girlfriends, even my past experience, my remote past experience, is that usually the guys are attracted to the woman. And it's where we kind of set the boundary.
Okay.
Because I don't believe a guy's going to be a girl's friend that he's not, initially at least attractive.
So does it matter which person has the attraction? Can you be friends if the woman has the attraction, or can you be friends if the man has the attraction? Or does it matter?
I think in most cases you can be friends if the man has the attraction, because I think men handle rejection better. It's tough if a woman has a secret crush or, feelings that aren't reciprocated, and you're just like, hey, how are you and your boo doing today?
So then when do you think it's dangerous? So do you think it's dangerous only if a woman has the crush?
I think it's more dangerous when the woman has a crush, because a man
is easily
doesn't have to even like
tempted.
you.
Mm-hmm. Men are easily men are easily tempted.
They can just be in a mood.
Right.
Randomly,
they could be mad at their wife.
My wife, she's stuck at work.
She just gave me a look and I'm down.
And fall into
down.
it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true. I think it matters if the woman is the one with the crush or not. She sets the tone, because men control marriage, women control sex. So,
because runs the world, right?
Exactly. So I think it's definitely safe if the woman does not have a crush.
I've always been the type of girl that I used to have a lot of male friends, but where's the line, like when you are married, and do you still keep these male friends around? Personally, I have kind of chosen friends where we're more like couples. So we have like a lot of mutual friends
that are coupled up.
They are coupled up. So that's what, now me and Hobart, we share the same friends, because it's like,
so you got rid of all the older ones.
The ones that were, the old men friends that they're not married, or they're not like booed up, because you don't have to be married.
Right.
And so
now, was that to make you feel better or to make your husband feel better?
Well, that is something I did like probably in my early 30s, where I said, you know what? I think I need to distance myself from a lot of male interaction that I had no future with, even if it was friends. That was just a personal decision that I made. And then I got married. I'm like, well, what's the etiquette? Because nobody really talks about that.
Yeah.
Just like from like one time I had one of my best friends stay at my apartment with Hobart when I went away to LA, because we were living in New York at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of my friends like, girl, you got your man and your friend like in the house alone? And I didn't even think twice about it. I'm like, yeah, she has to take this exam. She can
stay
there.
A girl. I thought it was a guy.
No,
friend.
It was a girl.
Okay.
And I just left because I had to go to LA. And a lot of people are like, Kendra, that's not mature. That's not what you're doing. You don't.
So you just don't know what the etiquette is once you get into a relationship.
Because people don't talk about that transition from being single to getting married, and the etiquette. And luckily, I talked to Hobart straight out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you got married, you're married older. Like, this is how I am. I have a lot of male friends. I'm used to just rolling out. It took me a long time to realize, wait a minute, I got to call and check in. So then
Hobart told you what his expectation was and what he wanted. Because I think that's an important point. Like, one is obvious communication. Like, is it cool? What do you think about, these are my friends, and, do you feel a certain way about it? Because ultimately you won't know what the answer is until you talk to your partner. But I think the other, on the flip side, is I would do onto my husband as I would want him to do onto me. You do have to kind of take a step back and say, okay, would I think this was cool if it were one of his female friends? But I also think too, it depends on the relationship, because if they aren't including you in that friendship, that's a problem. So like if they come in town and they don't want to be bothered, or if they're on the phone and it's private and they walk out, I think that's when it becomes problematic.
Okay, so does
I think
Mac
they have to introduce.
Okay, does Mac have any friends that are just his friends and not yours? Like Sabrina?
Well, yeah, they all are. Yeah, I mean, if they're around, we'll sit at the table and all talk and chit chat and this, that, and the other. But if there's a friend that's not the case, I think that's a problem. If they're not trying to get to know me as a person, then I feel like there's something sinister. And like you said, if the woman has the crush, that's
dangerous.
A very dangerous situation.
It doesn't matter if your dude is aloof, if he's oblivious.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's dangerous.
Unless they bring you into the friendship, not to hang out with them all the time, but there has to be some sort of a friendship between the three of you where you feel like, yeah, they're cool.
And
you have to know them. You have to get to know them.
With that same note, that's how I knew, as far as like when I told you I have male friends in the past, that will be my litmus test. Like if they weren't asking about Hobart, you know, like if you're living with somebody and somebody is so much a part of your life and I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? You know, how's the family?
Yeah.
How's your mom?
Yeah.
Your dad, your sister, you know, like, how's your dog? And you're just leaving out my husband.
Yeah.
That was like my red flag. Like, okay, I need to
separate
from this dude. But you got some of my friends, you know, they're dudes like, hey, how's Hobart like in LA?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they really, you know,
they took an interest in your husband.
Yeah. Like, let them know I said, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm coming over.
Exactly.
This COVID is
and
over.
You have to feel like,
so I'm like, okay,
you're included within the friendship circle. So if I have a male friend, I have to make sure Mac is included in our friendship circle. He doesn't have to always hang out with us. As a matter of fact, you offer him, oh, do you want to hang out with us? So-and-so is in town. Let him make the decision.
Right.
But if you're just like, oh, so-and-so's in town, I'm going to go hang out, you know, or so-and-so's on the phone and they weren't like, hey, tell Brittany I said what's up. That's a problem.
That's
right. Like that's, to me, an issue.
I remember I had one dude that was asking about everybody but Hobart. So that's kind of like a dead giveaway. Like,
it's
you know
disrespectful,
what?
And it means that you on some disrespectful, hot mess type shit. That's what it means to me.
So it sounds like there is no right and wrong. It's talking to your partner.
No, there's wrong.
Well, there's wrong.
There's wrong. Definitely some wrong out there.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to do anything that makes Hobart feel funny, but Hobart's cool because he's the kind of guy where he says, I'm coming with you.
Oh, that's good.
Like, you know what I mean?
He's just going to invite himself.
Yeah, he just inserts himself. And so he
don't give you a chance to mess up.
No.
That's a good dude.
No, so that's why people are like, why would you leave when you're friends with your man? And, you know, some adults, older people were telling me, like my dad was one of them who said, you know what? It's not about you trusting your friend. It's not about you trusting your husband. It's about not helping people not be in situations that could.
You know what? That's a good point.
That's what my father told me.
I talked to, when me and Matt first started dating, I had like relationship rules, like don't put yourself in these situations for a problem to occur. You never give someone a lift. You never just go have drinks with a woman, you know, where there's alcohol, there's drunkenness, there's bad decision making, right? You're never alone with a woman because she can always say you did something that didn't happen.
Right, but no witness. That's
exactly.
Smart, actually.
So I was always with him. I was like, whatever you do, these are things these are situations you should never be in, because even if something didn't happen,
right, she
could say it did, right? And it could just be a problem for you and I, or it could be a problem between you and the judiciary system and the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think what your father said is right on point. Like, it's not about who you trust. It's just about,
or your comfort level of the couple, right?
Just don't
Hobart was cool with it. He said, don't put
yourself in that situation so that anything can be misconstrued. Like, just period.
And
or there's
people
temptation.
Are so big on, you don't trust each other. No, but that's maturity. It's another level.
Yeah.
We do trust, but we're not going to put ourselves in that situation.
Because some things are out of your control. Some things are just out of your control. Someone could see something and take it as something else, and now it's blown out of proportion. You know what I mean? Maybe I trusted you and that person, but somebody else came in and saw a totally different picture. Sometimes things are just out of your control, or that person's having a bad day. You're having a bad day. Someone's drunk, or someone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You just never know what the situation holds, because we're all human. We all fall from grace. We all have bad moments. And so you just never know. Just don't put yourself in a situation.
So for me, I just say, you know what? I kind of look for friends that are at the same point in life. So we look for friends that have, you know, companionship.
Yeah.
And
so they ain't looking for your companion.
And on that note, we're going to put a KT period on that.
Okay. I think that's a good idea.
All right. So until next time.
Doses.
Attention, please.
with Dr. Ken.
Oh,
everyone.
to Dr. Ken's.
Yeah, I want to be Dr. Ken so bad. Ken and Ken.
I have a list today. I just wake up today and I have a
I'll
list.
have to cut that out.
Yes,
Okay.
please.